Ya, sanbona, dumelang, hi, tis I, COO, pronounced Kuto, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As I always say, I don't know where this is going, but I know what I'm doing today. And before we get into the video, please make sure that you're subscribed. And if you are subscribed, please do like the video, comment, and make sure that you share the video and the channel with your people, and your people share it with their people, and let's grow. I am on the road to 500 subscribers, so as I'm recording this, I am currently on 422. So if you are watching this, please do subscribe. I'm sure you've seen by the title already as to what we are doing, but it's the 4th of April today, and it's currently almost 6:15. I look like a mess and I'm wearing scrubs, not the full set, just the top. But what is happening today is we got an invitation to a career guidance in Hammanskraal at Living Water Lodge. So I know where Living Water Lodge is because I once worked there, but I don't know the people that I'm going there with. So yeah, we're just going to do a career guidance. We're told to wear something clinical because we are health scientists, but it turns out I'm going to be the only one from UP, and the rest of the team will be from SMU. So I'll be repping the university too. But those that know me know that community engagement is really at my core. It's something that I really do enjoy, and it is the main reason why I had opened the channel, but it was more specifically for clinical technology, to make sure that the word and information is out there as a guidance to those that need to know about other career choices. But yeah, so now I'm obviously not doing clinical technology, but I'm still for clinical technology. So I definitely am going to mention it as one of the careers that they can look into if they want to be in the health sciences, amongst other things. So I need to be out of the house, and in terms of logistics, but that is out of the way. I have to meet up with someone from SMU, and then we have to take the bus to SMU, and then we are all leaving together to go to the matriculant career fair, or whatever it is called, but it is in Hammanskraal. Let's see how the day turns out. I am excited to meet new people, to speak to prospective health science students, and to just get the word out there. So let's see how the day turns out. I still have some time before I need to leave, so I'm just going to make some coffee and have something to eat before it turns into a long day. But do come along. The weather is obviously not cute. But I'm heading out now. It's 7. I'm wearing a UP cap. How nice is this bag? It's a junior 30 bag. I actually got it like 2 days ago. I went to say hi at the junior turkey offices, and Mrs. D, if you know Mrs. David's at junior turkey, she's still there, and she was so happy to see me after so many years. She gifted me with this bag, and a bottle, a junior turkey bottle. Can't tell little did I know that it will come in like very handy, because I don't have any other UP merchandise, any other UP merchandise to be on display with besides this cap, besides the cap and the bag now. But yeah, I'm getting into a text. Let's see how the day goes.
Now we can life where I never sleep. I carry God so I cannot. Let me increase in the comma. Original no be part of it. You know be clear for your memory. But then now we was come back. I get those savannah. Living life in my fire. Burning bright. It's in the inside. Molly with my feeling. Never know I color. So the go find. Check and balance. Everything inside my mind daily. Trust me. You can't fool me. And then cheat on my lover. Who are friendly and crucial. I'm a lady to stop.
You're all sleep. But see when never robets. Kadala. But yeah, we have arrived. Está lá. How Carly Nevas? How Caro Nevas? Yeah. Show me how Caro you Nevas? Are you Nevas? Ah, what?
You can do first step. You do this. No, I'm a BS student. I know. Yeah, that's all. So, Margaret, I'm very much about who apply. I do tendency for medicine. I'm going to have a hopeless and then I say to your guy. So, over Kopoto, you can still do BSc first year. I know it's not easy to switch. I never switched myself, and my plan was to switch. Mar, you tell them, or you can do first year, after first year, then go to you will do the entrance here, medicine.
You think that to say the truth, now
I always discourage you, give them options. You give them options. Because of Babang, I have another one, she was at the Nango University, Banze High, our number of saying, we no longer have parents teachers before. So, one Bamazabara, you went to how you think and you don't qualify, and then over frustrated. I do rank. So you're giving them options. Don't give up. Even if you couldn't make it, what's enough for medicine anyhow, you can preach like this and then go like this. Understand? And then you can say BSc or BSc in BSc thing, BSc in BSc specialized. Right? To take a pure meds, never put it. Or only
There's no place, no. Yeah.
It's pure meds.
Hello guys. I would my name is Makgatho. I'm doing pharmacy at SMU. Sefako Makgatho Sciences University. So I'm just going to give a brief of what pharmacy is and what it offers you as a pharmacist, right? So for you to do pharmacy, first of all, because I can't talk about being a pharmacy student without talking about how you enter to be a pharmacy student, right? So for you to be a pharmacy student, you need to pass. Right? I know the prospectus will say there's a minimum requirement of 60 for all subjects, humans of course, right? But yes, 60, that's the minimum requirement. But with the competition here, you guys are passing, like, I don't know if it's you, but okay, matriculants are passing, right? So this makes the competition to be very tough and very high. So for you to get into pharmacy, lectures like this year, the ones who are doing pharmacy first year this year, Most of them had 90s, 80s, and all that. Are you? What are you planning to get? See your name? Okay, guys. So with pharmacy, like I'm saying, the competition is very high, right? But when they're doing their selections for the school, they look at other things like the demographics, whether coming from and what not, whether you're black or not. Yeah, but I think we're all black. They look at that, and then they take majority of blacks. It's not racist if it benefits us. Because they take majority of blacks. They take majority of blacks, right? So basically, pharmacy, most of you know it as those people that clicks, this can like we're just cashiers but for medicine, right? But when you look into pharmacy, there are a lot of other things that you can do as pharmacists. There's a part where medicine starts, where you have to research to find different types of medication, right? You go like look at plants, look at animals and other scientific material that you can use to make a medicine, right? And then from there, that is where we get the professional part of pharmacy, which is called industrial pharmacist. That is where you work like to research medication and you make medication, right? From there we have our hospitals, our clinics, whereby you work as at a hospital. You will be checking patients to say, okay, that this person is taking this medication, is it working or not? You monitor whether the medication you're giving the patient is working or not, right? And then you go to your pharmacy, go clinics and this camp. That is where we know. So when you have your flu, you go there and then you ask for medication. But there are a lot of other responsibilities that you have, which maybe some of you might not know. So you can go to a pharmacy and tell them that, oh, okay, I have this sore here, I have this and this and this. This is what I'm experiencing. And they will give you a medication. It's not all the time you have to go to the clinic for all that. So as pharmacy, or as a pharmacist, it opens you to a world of other experiences or other adventures which you can work as. It's not only limited to that, right? So pharmacy basically, I know most people that are like, you know what, after Matric, I no longer want mathematics. I no longer want physics, right? Most of us we're like that. So pharmacy, you look at it in a sense already there's a lot of chemistry, but honestly speaking, it's not like that. There is chemistry, but just a bit of it. Mathematics, you only do it first year, it's just 6 months or something, 2 months or something like that, and then you're done, right? So it's a career which, if you feel like you don't want to continue with mathematics, physics, you can take it and then just be someone who learns how to contribute to the community. Because, you know, without medication, guys, most of us wouldn't be here at this point. Like without the health intervention, we wouldn't be there. So guys, pharmacy is something that you can consider if you want to unlock your mind into different aspects of medication and to assist the community, the country, the world in, if I'm talking like broadly. So yeah, please, if you have interest in health, just do more research and consider the pharmacy. That's just a brief, you can go research.
I'm shy. Okay, my name is Makgatho. I'm a second-year medicine student from SMU. So I have a question, guys. Who wants to do medicine? Medicine? So what are my options? No. Who wants to do medicine as like the first option? Second option, last option? Second option. Okay, how are you planning to pass? The medicine as first option. How are you planning to pass? 5. Okay. And others? Okay. Those who are saying medicine is their second option and last option. Please stop that. Not that I mean. Please stop that because it gives you that thing. I want to do medicine. Then if I can't do medicine, I'll do medicine and then we're going to pass 50%. You be home. How if you do that. That's the serious reality. I had to repeat Matric for me to qualify for medicine. You have to pass like you want to do medicine for you to qualify for medicine. And there's more in nursing than just seeing those nurses in like math and all that. There's way much more, and then nursing is it's difficult. You know, you're gonna call home and be like, Mama, I want to come back because I can't do this anymore. I just wanna go back to your mom. It's so difficult. You have to know what a doctor knows. You have to know what a physician knows. You have to know what almost everyone in the nursing profession knows, because if they are not there, you gotta do their work. For example, if there is a patient name, and then the patient is not supposed to eat certain food, when I have to be a dietitian so that you determine the diet of that patient. So it's way too difficult, but then you need to pass, guys. So with me, I have the APS score of 41.
Thanks.
It's nice, but it's not nice. And at SMU, they only take 60 students. 60 students. So what they told us, during our year, they received 13,900 applications and they only took 60 students. That's how it is. So, and then another thing with SMU, having a second option or a second choice is more likely to be useless. Because once they reject you with your first option, it consider yourself rejected. So be sure with what you want. Okay?
No, I'm sorry from my side. Me saying nursing is my second option. Like my first option is doing neurologist, right? So applying for the nursing part is like I'm going to be applying with the very same interest that I got. Because okay, for instance, neurologist means that the minimum level is level 6, right? So if I'm very accepted in like considering like university, and me saying nursing, I'm going to use those ones to apply for the nursing.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, I didn't always second option, we put like low requirements. That's the problem. Now I want to do medicine. I know they want distinctions, but I also want to do nursing. Then I reduce my requirements. That's the problem. So if you want to do nursing and medicine, like work the same way, because it might not work out your way. Yeah. Then go research about nursing. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things in nursing, a lot of interesting things, but because of time I can't mention all of them. But then pass, guys. Pass like you'll never pass again. Thank you.
I'm a scientist in environmental management and toxicology by Sefako Makgatho University. So what I'm doing actually is a course which actually involves having to go through landscapes and then having to determine the health of certain toxins within our environment, and then from there I can also become an environmental legislator, whereby I can determine certain laws which are going to prohibit certain chemicals or certain things to be used within our environment or not. So actually, to clarify the prior speaker from the position I am now, I want to actually advise you guys about having a second option go SMU actually is useless, because actually every course there, it requires you to actually make it a first choice. Once you make the other one a second choice, they're not going to consider you for the second choice. But then I'm also here to advise you that this thing, it's not like if I reject Piloko University, it's like it's the end of the road. We have colleges and we have a lot of entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs who actually went to colleges and are now successful, such as Elon Musk, who is I think he is one of the richest men now on earth. So actually, touching on the basis of Lady Bazare and whatnot, please don't be discouraged that this happens. No. If you work hard, if you pull up your socks and make sure that we make sure that you are going to actually achieve higher marks, I can assure you that you are going to get a scholarship, you are going to get that fund, regardless of the minimum or whatever minimum requirements they require from that person. So actually, on the basis of my course, I don't want to touch actually into more depth, because like I can do a lot of things with my course, but yeah, it's a story for another day, that one. So as of now, just to round up everything, I would like to know if you guys have any question about my profession or not. Yes.
Oh, I forgot what you said you're studying there, but when you graduate, and then you say you get a job, what's the minimum salary that you're gonna get?
Yes, then I do understand your question, and yeah, there is a lot of concern really, because you see very hard. It's said to be the most useless course of us, but then I can assure you, monthly as I think, or if I'm working an intern, a first time entering a job person, I think it's at around 85 or so.
So why are you saying it's considered to be a useless course?
No, it's considered to be that because actually you have to, like, it's a hard course actually. Other people actually have a bit to say.
Yes, because this is also my first time hearing about it.
Yes, about it because it's too hard. You get yes, to enter you can end, but then to go out. So yeah, first things, then the minimum requirements for it actually are not that high actually. I think For physics, it's level 6.
Oh,
Not that hard. Nothing is ever hard actually. Unless you're not a Pretoria, you have a maximum.
yeah.
Yes.
So, is it your second year of physics?
This is my final year.
Yeah.
Never know, I'm young, yeah. Oh, yeah. Then
How many years?
No, let's like let's say you not mention the favorite part, but like you.
Minimum.
How many years have you for the course?
4. Environmental officer. So I don't think you are ever gonna actually suffer for a job. And West Party, even in government agencies, we are not developing new government agencies still longer. They are going to revolve more around Department of Environment, Forest and Fisheries. That's when we were not talking about the interest in my course.
Morning guys. My name is Sefako and I'm doing PhD in mathematical sciences. Bachelor of Science. So BSc in maths is a broader course because we have computer, you have stats in it, you have maths, you also have physics. Yeah, it's a lot. I need more time to explain about it. And I'm also doing final year in it, hoping that I will get a job soon, hoping that I will get my 17,000 per month. When I'm doing my data science. So the course that I'm doing, if you are doing BSc in maths, majoring in computer science, you can be a data scientist, data analyst, software engineer. It's a lot. If you are doing BSc in maths, you can be a lecturer. It's a broader BSc. Then in SMU they say it's a safer BSc. But not today. I'm here to encourage you guys to study hard and apply. Apply for university, apply for colleges, apply for NSFAS. Because I know that majority of us here were from poor backgrounds. Our parents are not well off to pay our fees. Because if I can tell you, my fees for first year is 100,000. So I'm encouraging you, all of you guys, to apply for NSFAS. Where am I studying? And also I was here in the same desk attending this camp somewhere back there. Yes. This same thing. So I made it out of this place. I'm at the university I wanted to be. I'm doing the course I wanted to be. So it's possible, like child.
Yes.
So guys, go back, study. If your friend is not studying, you're not studying. Let me tell you a story of what happened in Matric. The time I was doing Matric, I had a friend whereby we used to go together everywhere. To a point where I would get tired during the day, when he go home, he studies. Then I will remain with my marks, with my level 4s, and I will get level 6. Now he's working, whatever. But what I'm saying is that, guys, you are alone. Even next year, January, when you get your results, you'll see you'll be alone. So, the friends you have now, can you please cut them off? If you have to. They're not useless. If you have to cut them off and pass Matric. Then if they reveal, you'll get back together.
Yes.
Not now. But I'm encouraging you. Also, there's website that you can get past question papers. Please do use past question papers to study. These people that are not printing out new things, they're not setting new things. These things that are there, they're just changing numbers. You can do it, guys. I trust in you. I don't know you, but I trust in you. Hoping to see you next year for SMU registration period. Thank you.
so I can hold naked. And before I even mention what I'm studying, I just want to take you through my journey. I did matric 10 years ago. In 2015, you guys were probably in grade 2.
Yes.
Yeah, I did my matric in 2015. But before I matric, there's just something, grade 11. I don't like grade 11. Grade 11 was tough. And grade 11 is known to be the grade that unlocks everything. And I went into grade 11. I mean, I knew that those marks will be the ones that open everything. But you put in all your best, and then your best sometimes just never gives you enough. And I remember my final report, where obviously, like, no, not even obviously. Accounting, I was very good at accounting. From grade 10 until matric, I knew that I've never gotten less than an 80 for accounting. But I knew I don't want to become an accountant. Nothing in the EMS is for me. Obviously, I'm doing science and life sciences. Final report there, grade 11, then comes with 68 for maths. So I'm like, okay, that's good, minimum requirement. It comes with a 58 for physics and a 54 for life science. Physics is a requirement, and I didn't meet the requirements. So you can just imagine, I had to grab my final report. Where was I? So I was so depressed. I didn't even show my family my report. They obviously knew that I passed, but they just need to see how passed it. Yeah. I can't say I locked myself in the room, but I was just not myself. That day that I got the result, and I took pens down, my pens down, telling the whole job pens down, and then I took my report and I looked at the prospectus for what is it that I can qualify for, because I need to use these marks. And in my head, I wanted to become a veterinary scientist, so doctor of the animals. And I knew that I'm not going to make it into vet. But that then pushed me to say in matric, I need to do my best, and my best needs to give me the best. So I didn't take it and report the LI at grade 11 and say, okay, we are all down, we are not going anywhere. I said, this is the year that I'm going to pick myself up, and I did. First term wasn't that great, but it was greater than the last report. And with each and every term, you go up and up. And if you have past paper, let me tell you, past paper is your key to getting those distinctions. If you can master a past paper, now get them to A. By the time you get to prelims, you just born at because they're just changing the numbers. Alright? So I eventually did get my distinctions in matric. So I got your life orientation, I got accounting, and I got life sciences. And then I got a 79 for physics from the 58. And then I got 84 for life sciences from the 54 that I got in grade 11. My maths obviously went by 10% from 68 to 78. That is good marks. And I could use those marks to fight to get into university. But you needed to apply in term 1. So just by having an application, and then now you're going to update your marks. Now they're seeing, okay, this person who improved, they can actually go back to look at your application. I didn't get into veterinary science, but I got into a BSc. I did a BSc in human physiology at the University of Pretoria, and with the hopes of becoming an exercise scientist or a neurophysiologist. So that's in research and doing lab work. I did graduate in 2019, so I do have a qualification in BSc Human Physiology, but I wanted to get into dentistry. And as they say, BSc is not easy. BSc is not easy. The competition is high, but the course itself is tough. So you need to be working so hard to get into the medical industry, to even get into nursing, to get into dentistry, to get into physiotherapy, anything that has to do with health sciences. You need to work hard. As there are people that are doing in matric finally all distinctions, but they still don't make it into medicine. They still don't make it into nursing because that's how hard it is. But there are other routes into doing that. So in my journey, I graduated and I went to work in the lab. As I'm working in the lab, I realized that I'm not someone that wants to be in the lab. Doing lab work is not for me. I want something clinical. I want patient interaction. I want to be the one that says, oh, Kyalwala, I know how to help you. But obviously, using my BSc, it's still a competition to get into what I want. And then I realized that when you are in high school, they push university so hard that they overlook University of Technology. They overlook your colleges. And then I realized that with what I did with my BSc, there's someone that did it, Kotswani University of Technology, or DUT, and it's called clinical technology, where you use the machines to actually do the diagnostics. So we don't want a radiography where you're under X-ray, but then instead of seeing the doctor who's a cardiologist, you will see a clinical technologist who's a cardiologist. So they are the ones that will do the tests on you. And then if you suffer a stroke, they are the ones that will do the scans, the brain activity, and all of that. So I registered for clinical technology at TUT. And this is, if there's one course that I would, it's not known at all, but it has so many opportunities. I want you guys to go do your research on it. And if you want to do nursing or you want to do medicine, but you can't get into there, look at clinical technology, because you'll still get the clinical experience. You will be there at first hand to be helping with diagnostics and everything. So I, in 2023 and 2024, I registered for clinical technology. But then when I got there, I realized that, okay, we are so close to becoming a doctor. So you're also so close. And I performed like very well. And by well, I'm saying, if you're saying, oh, 7 is hard, no. You need to be working for distinctions, even in university, to be getting to anywhere that you want to. To even graduate as a graduate that most employers want, you need to be performing. Because I mean, there's 65 nurses to SMU, there's 70 to UP, there is how many? And you still need to fight. So your academic record is the one that needs to be working for you. Alternatively, no Matric certificate is the one that works for you. I want to be the one that is first hand in diagnostics, in everything. I'll get to you. I'm seeing your hand. Or are you not? Okay. So as I was studying clinical technology, which I'm saying I still do highly recommend, please look at it at DET, at CPUT, and at TET. Look at clinical technology. But while I was there, the results that I have at TET, and the competition, as I'm telling you, is still high, because now you're fighting with other graduates. Now it's matriculants, and there's a lot, and there's only limited space. But with the dedication and everything that I put into this journey, I am now at the University of Pretoria. So it's not a journey where from Matric you can just get into not everyone will do that. You have to somehow find your way there, but do not get into a course that you know that you won't have a passion for, because it won't get you to where you want to go. If you register for a course, you need to make sure that if I don't get into the one that I want, I will have a passion for this one and I will enjoy doing it for the rest of my life. Because it's not with certainty that you will get accepted into the one that you've always wanted. Okay? Yeah, but that is my story, and that is why I am here, just to tell you that there are different routes that you can take to get to where you want. But university as well is not just the only place where you can get a quality education and opening up doors for you in terms of opportunities. Please do look at your University of Technologies and your colleges as well, right? And yeah, if you work hard now, then I've never had to struggle with paying for my fees, because that's how hard I work. So now the visitors will be like, oh yes, you can come. All right. So my parents have never had to pay for any of the things that I did, because of how hard I worked to get where I am. So you can do it. Remember, my grade 11 wasn't as great, but look at where I am now. All right? That's that. Any questions? Nothing. For clinical technology, your minimum in entry, it depends because clinical technology has different fields of specialty. So you can either do cardiology, neurophysiology, critical care, pulmonology, or perfusion, and then nephrology as well. So I think most of us know of dialysis. So the people that do dialysis are actually clinical technologists. So it can range from your minimum of 25K going up to 40 as well. 40.
And hele tsamaya ka di FN car alle sa re ba ba ise.
It's a great initiative, and those who might want to invite us, please do invite us. We are available to serve the community and give students more insight on careers and what they should do as the next step from high school.
Wow, chef pharmacist yet. And those that want to invite us must pay for the same car and make them two.
You must not downgrade the level. You are born well.
Atung, kepo mang ba luxury. Lepas di medicine. Ken. Apa Felix? Man.
Okay, Basha.
Papa ini kasih abonan. Pau squeeze the income industry. Bo, okay. Washa! Leadership.
I'm ready to suffer, I'm not ready for confusion.